Hello, hello, y'all, all, whatever you want to say it or claim it. This is Bryan Louis, BryanLouis, CEO and founder of It's Sale, SALE, Louis, LOUIS, LLC. We are doing this right now. I guess I can't switch the camera view around. But I just switched it around so you could see my voice and claim that and see that it's me speaking this. But this is for my final wishes, that it's when I may pass away and die, whenever that may be or may not be, and by whatever means it is, natural or unnatural. Okay? This is my final wishes. Bryan Louis's final wishes. As you can tell, I'm in a rest stop right now, as you can tell by the semi trucks. Because it's Bryan Louis is the main reporter, and everything else for it is Sale Louis LLC, and we are doing the experimental type van living, off the grid living type stuff. And soon we hope to be living in something like this. We hope. But nothing's a guarantee in this world, so it is what it is. But anyways, this is Bryan Louis's final wishes. This is commanded towards the courts, towards the anyone who may have a life insurance policy on me at the present time, present moment, right here, right now, 6/29 of its 2026. And that would involve for sure a Mr. Kirk Bryant, BRYANT, Louis, LOUIS. Kirk is spelled KIRK. He has $100,000. He has dementia or it's Alzheimer's or something like that at this point, because he can't remember jack shit. But whatever, it is what it is. Okay. We're saying that. At first, he had told Bryan that it's not a term, that it's something that gains value. Okay. Now he's saying it's a term. Life insurance policy. $100,000. That it's when Bryan or me dies, it goes to his will and estate, or trust, as what he calls it. I guess there are a couple different things, but it is what it is. Okay. We're saying that Bryan Louis is commanding and saying that it's Kirk Bryan it's Kirk Bryant. Louis does not get a fucking penny of it. He gets nothing of it, because Bryan Louis is saying he does not want Kirk Bryant Louis to collect a penny on any type of life insurance policy he has. Any type, any amount, any number of companies. All of them, if there's more than one, will be null and void. And now, next person that would benefit from it whenever the most wonderful, but yet the most evil person there is. Trust me, I have a demon. That is if I had completely let it out, he would kill the whole world. Okay, so I don't let him out to completely have fun and play quite yet until I'm dead. Because the thing is, when I'm dead, from its whatever cause, whatever reason, anything like that, that it's, I will be playing, or I should say, my demon will be playing in the clouds, playing in the storm. And the demon knows its targets already. But that's besides the point. And there's a Mrs., I guess now, Yvette Higginson, let me state the full name. Yvette Yone, Y-O-N-A, with the apostrophe over the A. Yvette is spelled E-V-E-T-T-E. And then her one married name was Louis, L-O-U-I-S. She is my ex-wife that has, when it gets my final wishes, verbal wishes, when I went through the coma. Because she's a cheating, lying piece of shit whore, that it started fucking Bryan Louis's caretaker after he got out of the coma, because he needed help, obviously. Or it was that, or it was before. Or actually, no, sorry, it was before. Because Bryan needed help around the house. And then it's from there, she let him move in. And of course, with Bryan's not knowing consent of what she was doing, and she was fucking him. Terry Roy Pollard. He's like 51, 52 years old right now. And so, yes, she was fucking him, cheating on her husband at the time, me, Bryan Louis. And she just got married to a Islamic Muslim religion guy, Ahmed, Ahmed. I forget how you pronounce, but I should say I forget how you spell his name out right now, but his last name is, it is Quraishi, Q-U-A-R-S something. And there's one or two letters after that. And just so Rubio and Trump and the USA federal government knows this much. Ahmed is a hacker. What he does is he hacks people's accounts and steals their money, $5 a month, every single month for their whole life. And basically he says that it's $5, people won't even notice. And that's actually true, because a lot of people are dumbass idiots in this present day world. But that's besides the point. He basically hacks. I believe that he has terrorist ties in the Middle East, because when he was going for, or he still maybe, I don't know, going for a federal job with the federal government and Donald J. Trump's administration in basically cyber security. And I have personally seen some of the tools that he uses on a computer to actually track people down, okay? Track them down, okay? I've personally seen that on his computer. He has at least 60, if not 100 or more passwords and from what he tells me, is that each and every one of those is a AI bot or a AGI bot that is hacking and stealing someone's money right here, right now. So he checks all of them once a month just to make sure they keep working. Okay. So he admitted to me to stealing money. That's number one. Number two is that it's he had got Yvette pregnant, okay, and was saying that he did that while he was in Canada, okay, yay, who really cares? She's my ex-wife. I don't give a flying rat's ass fuck about it. She can go die for all I care, and that goes for her kid and her husband. I don't really care, personally, and I can legally state that, because it is not a threat. It is not a warning. It's just a statement. Okay, now, with saying that, that's fine for y'all. Bryan is telling Rubio and Trump another crime that he did when he was going to, back in 2025, 2026, when it's Ahmed Qureshi. I am bad with properly saying people's names, so sorry about that. He had tried to renew his passport while he was living at Yvette's place in Clio, Michigan. Yvette Une Higson Louis Qureshi now. And right now, as of 2025 and 2026, as she's been at Kirich House in Bay City, Michigan, as a LPN nurse for 5 to 10 years. I think it's closer to 10, but that's besides the point. She, and basically while she was living in Clio, Michigan, I think it's 13061 Monticello Road, but I know it's on Monticello Road. The landlord, but it's Chip. I don't know his last name, but I know he goes by Chips, but I should say I know he goes by Chip. And he does have a CSC4 too. I haven't told me that, so, but that's besides what. His brother rented a place out to her for it's $900 and or at certain times $1,000 out to a Miss or Mrs. I don't know what it was, or is it because it's probably both. Louis, Louis, and that told me that she didn't have, or basically that told me that she did not have a formal lease with Chip's brother, okay, and basically that Chip's brother is on disability and did not, I'll say it one more time for the IRS, did not report that income coming from that rental. And I guess he's never, and I will repeat that, never, and I'll repeat that one more time, never reported to the IRS that he has a rental property that the people sleep right above him, basically. Because we live in the same house, because I was living there for a little bit of time. And he never reported it. Call me a snake, call me a snitch, call me a rat. I don't really give a care. But the thing is, anyways, he had never reported that to the IRS because he did not want his benefits affected. So that's fraud. Okay. That is fraud on Yvette's was, because I was told that she moved to Midland somewhere, but I don't really give a care. But the thing is, that is fraud on him. Okay. Now it's back to Qureshi, or it's Ahmed Qureshi, her husband. He had, in 2025, 2026, he had lied to the Canadian government and the U.S. government when he had applied to have his passport extended or renewed or whatever. I think it was a renewal. And at first he had put down his address in Michigan. And since I'm in Michigan, in basically Clio, Michigan, at his now wife's place in Michigan. Okay, was saying that, but he was trying to renew his Canadian passport for the USA while Trump wasn't, or I should say, while Trump is, I should say, is currently president, and basically in the future, should say when he was in president, or is when he was the president, and basically when Rubio was controlling all of the visas, passports, and all that fun shit and fun like that, right? Okay, whatever. And then just so you have a time frame of everything. This is all for me needed probably, because it's when I'm dead, for whatever cause, reason, why, method, whatever it may be. I will not be here to speak it. But anyways, he had first tried to get it with his USA, now wife's place where he was living at the time, when it's his now wife was just his fiance, fuck buddy, whatever it is. I don't really know. I don't really care. But I know he made her pregnant in Canada. Okay, I don't really give a care on that. But anyways, he had first applied with that address in Clio, Michigan, Mantell Road, and then he had called the Canadian passport people, or those people over in the Canuck state of the USA. Oh, sorry, the Canuck northern country of the USA or Canada. And there was a problem, obviously, because he used the USA address. So he had and so he had edited it, and so he had changed it, edited it, something like that, and or he completely reapplied. I don't know what he did, because that was one whole big debacle in 2025, 2026. But I should say end of 2025, beginning of 2026. And so he had redid everything, fixed everything up. Guess where his new passport got sent to? One of his family members. I think his cousin's place. I don't know what cousin. I don't really care what cousin. But it was one of his cousins' addresses in Canada, or it's what I like to call the Canuck it's a state or country of America. And yes, I do assume that it's Canada is part of America. But whatever, it is what it is. But the thing is, he had his passport sent over there. And then when his cousin or the family member had gotten the passport, called him and Yvette, and went over to Canada, picked it up, and came back to the USA with the passport. So it's Mark, and so it's Mr. Rubio and Mr. Trump. You need to take care of that. Just so you know, the Department of Defense did, yes, check his computer network. I saw that personally myself. So Department of Defense came up for who was checking the network. And from what Ahmed was saying, is that because of his past, or he said his past friends, which I think he still talks to him personally, because he has lots of business dealings in the Middle East. Okay, but that's besides the point. The federal government or the worthless Canadian government starting to look into that for its income that is Ahmed is not claiming, whatever, but it's Ontario, but I know it's the Ontario state of Canada. But whatever, it is what it is. But the thing is that he had illegally got his passport renewed so he could stay in the USA for another 6 months until he got married. A as in the single letter A as in apple, and not the Canadian A. But the thing is, anyways, he had lied to get it, and now that he's married to a USA citizen, he's going to try to get a USA national, whatever those and it's basically whatever those non-USA born people are that are considered to be citizens, the ones that can vote and all this fun shit like that, right? He's going to try that if he already has it, because I've been gone for about 2 to 3 months, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, and when I say gone, I mean left her place, or I should say left Yvette Lewis's place at the time. Obviously her last name has changed now, and she is a LPN nurse in Michigan that works at Carriage House in Bay City, Michigan on Midland Road. Just so you have background on everything, because background will be, yes, important here. Okay. But the thing is, my final wishes are that she does not get a penny from any death of mine. And I was just told that my father, Kirk Bryan Louis, is giving her $50,000 or $500,000, something like that, of his will. I'm assuming that's some of the money that would be coming from my death. I have to assume. And yes, my father, Kirk Bryan Louis, does, yes, rewrite his will every single month, or is every single other month on paper. Does not turn it into the court system. So it's whoever, when that piece of shit sperm donor of mine dies, you will have to find all of his wills. All of them. And I know right now for sure he has written up at least bare minimum a year's worth. But no. Let me think back here. No, it's about 10 years worth of wills every single month. So that's what? It'd be 12 a year times 10. So I figure he has at least a bare minimum 120 different wills written out, not in the court system. So it's whoever deals with that, you will have to deal with that part of it. And you can state that in a claim to your fame or his whatever, like that would be, for his money. He has multi-million dollars in assets and houses and property. So it would be probably well worth it for you to go after it. But the things, anyways, I want Kirk Bryan Louis not to get a penny from my death, for it's whatever cause it'd be. I'm just going to claim all of them here. So it's, do not get alarmed. Do not get concerned. But I'm going to claim all of them, good, bad, indifferent, and everything. Okay. On the possible deaths would be suicide, diabetes, mental at all, me being killed, or me being killed, ran over, whatever, however I may naturally die, or they see if it's by an animal that it may be in the woods or whatever, however I may die, by whatever means I may die by, if it's by me or by someone else, by another animal, Kirk Bryan Louis gets nothing. Any type of a life insurance policy that he has on me is null and void. And that exact same thing goes for a Yvette or it basically goes for a Yvette Yune Higginson Lewis. She does not get a penny on my death. So basically saying, if my dad's will now states that if, but I don't know for 100% sure, but the thing is, if it states she gets any money from my death, or but it's any money from my father when he dies from my death, I want that null and voided. Period, right there. And that's on my father's end. Okay. Now on her end directly, if she has a policy on me, which I bet you she probably does, but I don't know for sure. I don't really care, I want it null and voided. I do not want I do not want a Kirk Bryant Louis or else a Yvette Yune Higginson Lewis, and then it's whatever her last name may be when it changes from Lewis or whatever it will be, I do not want her getting a penny. And basically, if she has a policy on me, or if I had you take a guess, she does, yes, have a policy on me. So these are my final wishes for the money that would go to people. And now let's go to my actual final wishes. No life-saving techniques, procedures, medicine, anything just to keep me alive. I'm a straight and full DNR. Okay. I do not want to be on, I do not want to be put on life support. I do not want CPR done on me. I want nothing. So basically, whoever would find my body, if you find my body, because if I move to the woods, you probably will just find pieces. And for where I want to go. But that's besides the point. It's basically no CPR, nothing for an IV that would save my life. And if I cannot respond, you cannot legally give it to me, or you cannot give it to me. Period. And obviously that goes for life support, and if I go into another coma, or it's whatever it may be, no life support. Period. Nothing. Medication, physical actions by anyone, or is anything. And thing can be everything. Animals, plants, grass, anything. I just say that way, so it's legally stated what my wishes are. I want nothing for life support. So basically, if you find my body, and what you do is you would call the cops, say that we found a body, and if you can find my ID, you can tell them who I am, but whatever. And then it's from there, the cops come out, declare me dead, and take me to the morgue, or take me to wherever they're going to take me. But now that I've gone this far, I still have a little bit more to go. I do not want to have a cremation. I do not want to be buried. Definitely do not bury me. I would just say, throw me in some type of grinder, put me into a dildo, and sell it to a female. But of course, that plays on a joke that it's Yvette's dad has said that is when he dies, grind him up, cremate him, and basically put him in the dildo, and basically so he can still keep fucking Yvette's mother, Glenda Higginson. So yes, that's a play on a joke of his. And if you really want to do that, that's just so, and That's just so I can fuck another female. Go ahead. I don't really give a care. Because I'll be dead. But anyways. I want nothing in public saying I'm dead. I want to just disappear off into the winds of time. And people say, where did he go? And no one can ever find out, basically. That's what I want. Nothing in the newspaper. Nothing for a memorial. Nothing. I want to just be destroyed, or about my body destroyed, and you let it be at that. No one's going to pay for any of this. Taxpayers will. Taxpayers will get everything that Bryan Louis and his Sale Louis LLC owns, has, and the government, I'm assuming it would be, would be able to do whatever they want with it. That is my final wishes, based upon my death by any means, ways, or sorts, and it's by whoever, whatever, human being or animal. Technically speaking, a human being is, yes, a animal. We are in the animal class. So I can say by human or animal, or a machine like a semi-truck or a vehicle, anything. Any way I may die. Gun, knife, cannonball, whatever it may be. Drowning on the ocean, whatever it may be. Nothing goes public about it. Just where the government takes over everything and does basically wipes, and they would just basically write me off into the history books and take everything I have. That is my final wishes at this point. I will be posting this on Rumble as soon as I get a chance. But it's YouTube for sure. And I will make it public right now. Not to make it public if I don't renew whatever time thing, whatever. I'm going to make it public right now. And then Sale Louis LLC has somewhere a list of about 5 or 6 other, like it's YouTube type sites for videos and stuff that we'll be posting this on when we find them. Okay, that's just so it will be public knowledge. This is the public notice for the courts for its Kirk Bryan Louis and a Yvette Yune Higginson Louis. Last time I knew for sure 100% of my final wishes. Thank you.